Long ago, monsters suddenly appeared on Earth, and at the same time, humans were given status windows that displayed their class and abilities. Out of these, 8 roles were considered special, including warrior, monk, priest, mage, thief, merchant, hunter, and sorcerer. These 8 classes could fight against the monsters and protect humanity. And even stronger than them were 3 top categories: sage, hero, and king. As opposed to them, the most common and powerless role was that of a villager, whose only role was to populate the earth and do the mundane things that keep the world moving. Most villagers never cross level 10 because they are too weak to fight monsters and gain experience. That is why most of them are farmers, innkeepers, or other things like that. But a young man named Koji is different. He sits on a tree branch in the middle of pristine forest, tossing silver coins in his hands that he earned today. He is pleased with his daily earnings when suddenly, he hears a distressed scream. Koji finds that the screams are coming from a level 1 villager and his son, who is also a level 1 villager, and they are terrified of the green slime monster approaching them. They show their status to the monster in hopes that it shows mercy, but the monster doesn't know how to read, so it attacks them. Just then, a silver coin comes flying towards it like a bullet, and the monster vanishes in a puff of smoke and coins. The villager and his son are shocked to see this, and then Koji lands in front of them. He takes a look at the villagers and tells them to close their status window because monsters can't read, and it is pointless to show it to them. He then picks up the bronze coins that the slime monster dropped, and the father asks how did he kill it. Instead of answering the question, Koji places the coins in the boy's hand and says that he can get 100 bronze coins by defeating just one slime monster. However, the boy is immune to the charms of capitalism and says that the money is not worth risking his life because monsters are powerful and scary, and villagers can't defeat them. Koji doesn't want to waste time with people who don't want to hustle and earn money. He takes his leave, but then the boy asks him if he is a hero. In response, Koji just shows his status window that says he is a level 999 villager, which leaves the father and the son dumbfounded. After that, Koji casually goes to the town and takes a stroll through the lively market. Meanwhile, some adventurers are teaming up nearby, talking about how monsters have conquered over 80% of the world, and their mission is to take it back. Koji goes straight to the Public Safety Guild and hands over the proof of his kills to the receptionist, who tells him that he has earned 5 gold coins today. The entire guild gets interested in Koji on hearing that, and they wonder just who is this guy who hunted so many monsters by himself. Koji ignores them and walks out, but stops in front of the giant billboard about the price of various items sold by the guild. While he needs just 50 gold coins to afford a house, he is saving for the grand prize that is worth 10,000 gold coins, and he is only halfway there. Next, he goes to the mission board and hears people complaining that the new missions are really dangerous, even though they pay quite well. Koji notices a mission that pays 1 gold coin for hunting 30 blue devils in the ancient caverns, and he decides to take up the mission immediately. As he leaves the guild, he sees the hero wannabes gathering the people around them. They talk about how monsters have overrun the earth and humans cannot be at peace without constant security. The blonde guy blames the demons for this, saying that their mana must be the source of the monsters. He declares that the Demon King is the ultimate enemy of humanity, and they must defeat him. Koji buys an ice cream to enjoy the show, while the blonde guy Rex asks people to join him in the fight against the Demon King. He reveals that he is a hero, while the girl with him is a sage, and the people of the town are excited to join them. The strongest guy among them is a veteran warrior who has reached level 84, but Rex rejects him, saying that the members of his party must be as strong as him. He shows that he is at level 90, which is a pretty big deal. However, the veteran warrior is not satisfied by this and asks about the level of the sage, which is just 42. He says that this is just half of his level, but Rex stands up for the sage, saying that she will eventually become an excellent support because of her special class. Also, she is Princess Kana, the 3rd daughter of their king, and she has decided to devote her life to save humanity from monsters. On hearing this, an old level 80 priest volunteers to join the party, but Rex rejects him because he is too old. Next, a 20-year-old priest who is at level 70 volunteers, but Rex rejects him too, saying that he doesn't see much potential in him. The next candidate is a 16-year-old girl named Tina, who is a level 50 priest, and Rex immediately accepts her into the party. Everyone realizes that the hero is a PDF, and Koji also realizes that he is just trying to create a harem while seeking the glory of killing the Demon King, and he loses all interest in him. He goes to the ancient cavern, thinking about the delicious food he will have after defeating the monsters. He runs into a level 93 blue devil pretty soon, but he is basically one punch man for these weak monsters and kills it easily. The monster drops 34 silver coins while being automatically counted in the mission paper, and Koji continues to hunt them without any problem. After some time, one of the monsters drops its horn after dying, and Koji knows that it sells for a lot, even though he doesn't understand why. He continues walking inside the caverns and spots a shadow around the corner. But it turns out to be the hero and his party, who hunt down a blue devil quite easily. Koji doesn't want to get involved with this bunch, so he runs away. While the hero's party interact with each other, the purple-haired mage Parna tells the princess to curb her enthusiasm about hunting monsters, but Kana asks her to treat her like a fellow adventurer. As the girls bond with each other, Parna asks Rex why did they come to this cavern instead of going in the Demon King's direction, and he reveals that this cavern has a secret room that only the royal family knows of. They can follow the crests on the wall to reach the room that contains a legendary sacred sword that only a hero above level 90 can wield. The girls are shocked on hearing this and ask why has the royal family kept the sword a secret till now. Rex replies that the role of a hero is not unique, and there is no guarantee that a hero can defeat the Demon King even with the sacred sword. However, since Kana is a princess and she decided to team up with him, her dad told them about the sword so that it will keep his darling daughter safe. Tina and Parna are thrilled to hear that they are part of such a special party, and Rex assures them that they will surely defeat the Demon King. However, he doesn't know that a red-headed demon girl is also inside the cavern, looking for the same sacred sword. At the same time, Koji is surrounded by monsters that he takes out just by staring at them. As he collects the coins they drop, he wonders why are there so many monsters gathered in one spot. Suddenly, one monster attacks him from behind, but he slams it to the ground and kills it. Just then, the redhead demon runs past him and a team of monsters who don't even react to her, and Koji realizes that something is wrong. He decides to follow the girl and eliminates the monsters standing in his way with a punch. On the other hand, Rex is struggling against the monsters too. He says that there are too many of them here and there must be something strange happening in the cavern. Meanwhile, Tina heals Kana and Rex, and then the party heads to the secret room that is just in front of them. The redhead demon is already there before them, and Rex asks her who is she and what is she doing here. Kana can sense an incredible amount of mana coming from the girl, and that makes it clear that she is a demon. The girl starts panicking on being discovered, and then Rex notices that the sacred sword is missing. He immediately accuses the demon girl of stealing it, and she says that she didn't steal anything. Rex says that it doesn't change anything because demons are enemies of humanity. He draws his sword and unleashes a powerful slash in her direction, and his party members do the same. However, at the last moment, Koji dashes past them and blocks their combined attack with one hand. He tells the hero that it is really lame for the hero's party to gang up on a kid. Rex asks him who is he and how did he stop their attacks, and Koji explains that he is a passing villager who grabbed their attacks and crushed it. Rex and his party can't believe that a villager can stop their attacks, so Koji shows them his status without revealing his level. Everyone believes him now, but they are still hostile as they ask why he is protecting a demon child whose horns are clearly visible. Koji tries to cover up by saying that these horns are just hair accessories that his sister is wearing. The demon girl plays along, and to further verify his story, Koji brings out the blue devil horn that emits the same mana as a demon. The hero says that his story is believable, but that still doesn't explain where the sacred sword is. Koji acts a bit freaked out on hearing this and says that he took the sword with him because he didn't know it was special. This shocks the hero's party, and Koji explains that he came to these ruins a long time ago and found the sword. He claims that he sold it to a merchant back then and apologizes to Rex for it. Rex can't believe his words and says that the sword was infused with the mana of ancient sages and only a hero can lift it. Koji says that it was pretty heavy, but not heavy enough that he couldn't lift it. Rex starts throwing a tantrum on hearing this, but then Koji lifts up the entire altar that was housing the sword to shut him up. This leaves the hero and his party absolutely bamboozled, and they ask Koji about his level. He shows them that he is a level 999 villager, and that is utterly unbelievable for any of them. Rex asks him how did he become so strong, and Koji replies that he defeated monsters daily. Rex yells that he defeats monsters daily too, and he has defeated more monsters than anyone in history. Koji thinks that this is exactly what Trump would say, so he doesn't respect Rex and says that beating monsters is not enough. Rex asks him to elaborate, but Kana stops him and says that he stole her family's treasure and he needs to pay for it. Koji asks her how much was the sword worth, and she replies that it was priceless because it was made to defeat the Demon King. Koji doesn't have enough money to cover priceless, so Kana asks him to join their party and defeat the Demon King. The redhead lowly panics on hearing this, but luckily for her, Koji refuses the offer. He says that he is not interested in defeating the Demon King, and that drives Rex and Kana to madness. They tell him that he can easily save humanity with his abilities, but Koji tells them that his only goal in life is to hunt monsters and earn enough money to live comfortably. Kana tells him that he can have eternal glory, but Koji doesn't want that. So she offers to marry him once they defeat the Demon King. Well, Koji isn't into self-righteous girls with a holier-than-thou attitude, so he refuses that too, and says that he has no personal issues with the Demon Lord, so he doesn't want to help them. However, he can understand their logic and wishes them the best of luck on their mission. With that, he takes the demon girl's hand and starts walking towards the exit, but stops next to Rex and menacingly tells him that he has no idea how this world works. Once they are outside the cave, Koji decides to leave the demon girl to her own devices, but she begs him to stop because she has been looking for someone like him. She begs him to marry her, and Koji looks at the lowly before thinking about her audacity to propose something like this. Koji takes one look at her and says that he will marry her, but like in a million years when she is grown up. He begins walking away with that, but the lowly stops him and asks him to reconsider. Koji tells her that he isn't Epstein's friend, so he can't marry her, and on top of that, he likes his women thick. The demon lowly Alice tells him that he can marry her once she is grown up, and he changes the topic before it gets more awkward. He asks her why did she want the legendary sacred sword anyway, and she replies that her father is very sick, so she doesn't want the hero to get the sacred sword that can kill him. Koji asks her who is her dad that is on the hero's hit list, and Alice nervously tells him that her dad is the Demon King himself. Koji is shocked to hear that, and the demon lowly tells him that her dad has been bedridden for the past year. Koji says that he has met her old man a couple times before, and she asks if that is why he turned down the request to kill him. Koji replies that even if he didn't know the demon lord personally, he wouldn't have taken the request because it seems pointless to him. He says that monsters are created because of the mana released by the demon's horns, so humans fear their very existence. Alice agrees to that, but says that she wants demons and humans to live in peace, and that's why she wanted to marry him. Koji tells her that the only difference between humans and demons is their horns that emit mana. Many people know this fact, and they also know that it is not the demon's fault that they are born with horns. But that doesn't make them hate the demons any less, because they are still a danger to all humanity. The lowly asks him if that is why he doesn't want to kill demons, and Koji replies that he just doesn't think it is worth it. Back in the cave, the hero's party is still fuming about how Koji treated them. Kana says that they should ignore him and go back to the capital for now, but Rex recalls that Koji said he doesn't know how the world works. He thinks that it means something important and decides to become strong enough that he can face Koji and get all the answers he needs. Meanwhile, Alice is still following Koji because she has a favor to ask of him apart from the marriage proposal. She wants him to buy a medicine called Spirit's Blessing Potion for her father and has brought 500 silver coins to pay him. Koji breaks her bubble by saying that the medicine costs 10 gold coins and asks her to get lost, but the lowly didn't come this far to quit. She asks Koji to lend her some money to buy the medicine that can save her father, because if he dies, humans will target all of the demon race. Koji tells her that even if the medicine heals the Demon King, the hero will still go after him. He asks Alice if she hates humans, and she replies humans and demons are not much different, so hating each other is not productive. Instead, she is following her father's words and hoping that there are more people like Koji who don't hate the demons. The lowly says that even if people like him are few, she will find them all and achieve peace between the two races once and for all. Koji is impressed by her determination, so he tells her to turn around while he ties ribbons around her horns. He says that he will buy her the medicine, but she needs to come with him. Alice says that she can't come with him because of the mana her horns release, but just then she realizes that she is not emitting any mana. Koji tells her that he used a special cloth that absorbs mana and converts it into other stuff. The girl eagerly asks him how did he make it, and he replies that he just broke a spawn block, the crystal-like thing that spawns monsters, and got materials from it. The lowly is astonished to see that an item that can hide her true identity exists, but Koji tells her that they need to keep moving. She eagerly follows him to the city, and Alice is mesmerized by the city's nightlife. A fruit seller finds her cute and gives her an apple for free, which she takes because no one taught her not to accept anything from middle-aged men with creepy beards. As they walk ahead, Alice hears the price of different food items and asks Koji to explain how human currency works. He tells her that 10,000 bronze coins make up 1 silver coin and 10,000 silver coins make up 1 gold coin. The economy is doing pretty well, so a proper dinner doesn't cost more than 1,000 bronze coins, and 1 gold coin can buy a small house. Koji says that a house like the nobles costs around 50 gold coins, and that makes Alice realize how costly the medicine she came to buy is. Koji tells her to chill because he will get the money back from her daddy, and he will charge him 5 gold coins extra for dropping his daughter home. Alice is really happy to hear that Koji will be taking her home, and she remains in a good mood through the night because of the good food and cozy hotel room. Koji asks to wait for a bit while he buys the potion and brings along a friend to go on the journey to the Demon King's castle. Alice doesn't want a third wheel, but Koji says that adventurers might attack her again, so he wants to bring a bodyguard in case he is busy elsewhere. After a while, Koji returns to the room, but when Alice opens the door, she sees a scary-looking bodybuilder standing there. She freaks out and falls unconscious, and Koji doesn't understand why she would be scared of this absolute gym beast. Once Alice is awake again, Koji introduces her to Taka, the best monk he knows. Taka says that she is a level 124 monk, so she is strong enough to protect Alice from any dangers. Alice is still on guard around her, so Koji tells her that Taka knows she is a demon, but she still agreed to help her. Taka adds that once upon a time, she was like other ignorant humans who hated demons, but one day she got injured in the forest and a demon saved her life, which made her change her opinion. She says that after that incident, she retired from adventuring and opened a gym and bar. Koji says that he is a customer at her and they hit it off. But then Taka punches him because he hasn't shown his face around in a long time. As he crawls on the ground, Taka tells Alice that they should go to a hot spring together to relax. Before Alice can say anything, Koji gets up and stops her from misgendering Taka, who is actually a woman. Alice straight up says that if she is a woman, her kids are going to starve. Koji tells her that Taka is such a gym freak that she burned up all the fat on her chest and converted it to muscles. That offends Taka, so she gently kicks Koji's neck, but that is enough to make him spit blood. Anyway, the two girls head out with that, and Alice is amazed at how strong Taka is. She asks how could he hurt Koji, who is at level 999, and Taka explains that a monk has 3 times the strength of a villager at the same level. On top of that, monks are specialized in close combat, and every 100 levels, they get a special skill which makes them even more deadly. However, Taka knows that in a fair fight Koji would mop the floor with her, and it's not just because of his high level. She tells Alice that Koji is built different, and he must have defeated countless monsters stronger than himself to reach level 999. Alice replies that she has never seen a monster above level 500. So it should have been really hard for Koji to level up beyond that point. She keeps thinking about it, and Taka realizes that she is worried that someone else might reach level 999 and try to kill her father. Alice affirms, and Taka tells her not to worry about it because no one else but Koji can reach that level. She says Koji is a mad lad who lacks something precious to every human being, and he is also the ultimate idiot she has seen. Alice is curious about the precious thing that Koji is missing, and Taka replies that she will come to know about that during their journey. Alice thinks that will be better and thanks Taka for answering her questions when suddenly, an explosion rattles the ground and a level 54 boar monster called Bloody Buffer appears in front of them. Soon, more pigs start raining from the sky, and one crashes right into Koji's room while he is chilling. He looks at the sky and sees demons riding gigantic crows who are dropping the boar monsters in the city. The leader of the demons declares that the Demon King has started an all-out war against humanity, and they will soon become slaves of the demon race. The boar monsters start attacking people, and Alice starts panicking because she knows that her dad didn't authorize this attack that would increase the hatred between the two species. Meanwhile, Koji grabs the boar in his room and tosses it up to hit a giant bird. He immediately dashes towards the location to collect the money the monsters dropped on dying, but there are more on the way. He throws them at the birds to kill 2 monsters with 1 attack, and the demon leader is stunned because he has never seen someone send monsters flying before. While Koji is busy gathering the coins dropped from the defeated monsters, Taka realizes that only he can do something like this. She starts searching for him, but instead comes across the hero's party, who are fighting the monsters in the town square. Alice tells Taka that Koji protected her from these people, so she decides to be on her guard too. Meanwhile, the hero Rex rallies the townspeople, saying that they need to hunt the monsters before they hit ground to save everyone. He takes the lead by shooting a lightning bolt to Pikachu the crap out of a monster while calling out the name of his special attack. Parna mumbles at him to stop being a 7-year-old kid, while the princess asks the adventurers of the town to work with them and defeat the monsters. Everyone is excited to fight, and Rex launches another thunder attack, but then a flying boar hits the crow he was aiming for and kills it first. Everyone is shocked to see that, and just then, Koji comes there, telling them to stop being so extra. The hero's party is already mad at him, and Rex asks why is he getting in their way again. Koji casually says that going all out is a good plan, but not when they are inside the city. He says that if they can manage to kill all monsters in one go, it will be good, but that is highly unlikely, and the monsters will get closer to the city after the first wave of attacks. Moreover, the physical weapons of the adventurers will eventually follow gravity and hit the town, and some innocent guy could become victim to them. He tells Kana that their plan gets 3 marks out of 10 before he smacks her head, and she is livid because no one hits a princess. Just then, Alice and Taka also come there. Meanwhile, the mage Parna asks Koji why was he throwing the pigs into the air, and if he doesn't have any spells. He tells her that it is none of her business before asking Alice if she knows the guy leading the demons. She says that he must be Menno, and his family has served the Demon King for centuries. Just then, Kana interrupts them and says that they need his help to show the demon army their strength and scare them away. Koji once again tells her that she needs to go back to school because she knows nothing about military strategy. He says that demons are probably launching attacks at multiple cities at the same time to see which is the easiest place to invade. That's why they need to hide their trump cards for actual battle. He adds that fighting isn't the only option, and they should try talking things out before throwing hands, because that will give them some crucial information to understand the whole situation. Koji says that he is going to talk to the demon commander and asks Taka to help him. With that, he jumps up like a rocket, and Taka follows him. She then turns upside down and uses her legs to give him the boost he needs to reach the demon commander, who begins to wonder if everything in this city flies because first it was pigs and now it is humans. Suddenly, Koji lands right behind him and says that he just wants to have a chat with him before things get serious. The demon commander Menno asks Koji who is he and how did he get here. Koji tells him that he is just a villager and a gorilla kicked him here. Menno thinks that he is lying and immediately creates exploding fireballs near him, but Koji tanks them like a champ. He doesn't have a single scratch on his natty build, and Menno asks him if he is the hero. Koji tells him to calm down because he is just a villager who reached level 999. Menno can't believe that a human can reach such a high level, especially a villager. He decides to take down Koji immediately because he is dangerous. But Koji tells him to relax because he is not out to kill the Demon Lord. He explains that he is actually friends with the Demon Lord and his daughter Alice. That catches Menno off guard, but he pretends that it doesn't bother him. Koji tells him that Alice is with him and right now she is in this very city they are attacking. That forces Menno to crack, and he asks Koji if he is claiming to be with demons. Koji refuses, saying that he is not working with demons, but he is not their enemy either. Menno asks him why he is here, and Koji says that he just wanted to ask a few questions. The first question is if the Demon King really ordered this invasion. Menno dismisses that question, calling it stupid, but Koji says that according to Alice, the Demon King has been seriously ill for the past year. Menno yells that it's a lie because the Demon King was healthy the last time he saw him. That changes things for Koji, and he asks Menno if the Demon Lord gave him the order directly, because in that case he will be forced to take action. Menno is about to say that he got a direct order from the Demon King when he suddenly recalls that he didn't speak a single word and instead, it was his advisor that handed down the order on his behalf. Menno tells this to Koji, but also adds that the Demon King was in the room, and he looked healthy. Koji says that there is a chance that the Demon King was being manipulated, and Menno gets worried. He orders his crows to head back so that he can check up on the Demon King, but Koji tells him to wait a minute. He jumps on a nearby crow and flips it upside down before using it to jump towards another crow. Killing it with the launch, he jumps from one crow to the next, quickly taking them down because he wants to earn a little money while he is at it. As Koji deals with the crows, the hero's party is dumbfounded because they have never seen someone use this strategy before. The cleric Tina starts helping the injured people nearby, and everyone else rushes to join her. Meanwhile, only Menno's crow is left in the sky, and he asks Koji why is he stopping him from going back and checking up on the Demon King. Koji reminds him that if the Demon King is really being manipulated, the people behind him might see Menno as a threat. Koji says that he should act like his entire squad was eliminated, and then they can sneak in later. With that, he stomps on the last remaining crow, and both he and Menno start falling towards the forest. The demon commander curses him, but Koji tells him that the fall damage won't be enough to kill them because they are landing in a forest. After a while, Koji checks up on Menno, who is only slightly injured. He decides to borrow his robe to hold the pile of coins behind him while making introductions. Menno asks him if he is not going to kill him, and Koji replies that it is a dumb question because he has no reason to kill someone who cares for the Demon King and Alice. Menno is bamboozled on hearing this and asks why would a human not want to kill a demon. Koji is tired of telling people that if you remove mana that spawns monsters from the equation, humans and demons are basically the same. He says that the problem is the monsters that attack humans, which makes the humans attack the demons, and the cycle of hatred continues. With that, Koji finishes gathering all the coins and tells Menno that he is going to beat the rest of his strike force now and tomorrow morning. He will bring Alice here so that they can head back to the Demon Lord's castle. Menno tells him that if he comes along, both humans and demons will see him as an enemy, but Koji could care less about that. He says that he made a promise to Alice and he wants to see the Demon King's condition for himself. He leaves with that, and Menno starts smiling to himself while thinking that the Demon King and Alice have a human friend. The next morning, Alice thanks Koji over the breakfast for talking to Menno instead of hurting him. Koji says that Menno was a pretty reasonable guy, so they didn't fight, and then asks where Taka is. Alice replies that she went to buy stuff for their journey, and Koji says they need to prepare for transportation in that case. Alice recalls that Koji said they can reach the Demon Lord's castle in 6 days if they hurry, and he says that 6 days is the best case scenario, but they will be delayed a bit because they can't take horses since they are afraid of demons. He has another way to reach the demon territory quickly, but he is not sure about it because it involves dealing with centaurs, who are incredibly proud and racist. They ask Koji what does he want with them because they don't like being scared by filthy humans. Alice is scared of them and hides behind Koji, who says that centaurs are generally uncooperative, but the moment they get whipped by the merchant with the creepy beard, they scream in ecstasy and start running. Both Koji and Alice are traumatized on seeing the masochist monsters being driven by whips, and when Taka returns, she wonders what is wrong with them. Anyway, they head to the forest where Menno was waiting for them. He immediately falls on his knees and apologizes to Alice for attacking the town where she was staying. Alice tells him that it is alright, and then Menno thanks Koji for protecting the demon princess. Just then, Taka comes to introduce herself, but Menno freaks out and gets ready to throw hands, but Alice tells him that Taka is a good friend too. Just then, the heroes' party come out of the bushes because they were waiting the entire time to catch Koji red-handed. They are now sure that Koji was lying to them the entire time, and he is actually working for the demons. They surround Koji and tell him to surrender, but he gives the princess 0 points for her strategy. He immediately dashes towards her and hits her in the head, saying that surrounding people who are far stronger than her is pointless. However, the hero immediately attacks him, saying that they won't hear the lectures of a traitor. Koji keeps dodging his attack as Rex declares that it is his duty as the hero to fight evil. Koji casually holds his sword with his bare hands, and Parna says that no matter Koji claims, they can't let the person behind yesterday's attack go scot-free. Koji agrees with her and tells Menno to apologize because he believes that demons have endured worse than the raid last night. Rex doesn't even want the apology because he believes that demons and everyone who works with them is evil, but Koji asks him who decided that. He asks him to look at Alice and tell him if she looks evil from any angle. He reminds Rex that he let the girl get away last night because he thought she was harmless. Koji says that if demons were really evil, the Demon King's daughter would be a lot more menacing, and that reveal leaves everyone in shock. Rex is still not ready to back down, so Koji tells him that he understands his point that demons indirectly harm humans, so he won't stop him from going after the Demon King. However, he won't accept that demons are evil, and that's why he doesn't plan to let anyone hurt his friends. Koji shatters Rex's sword with that, and the hero is forced to step back. The cleric Tina asks Koji if the guy who attacked them last night isn't evil either, and he makes Menno apologize while saying that he needs some time to explain things. He tells the hero's party that something is off about the whole matter and asks them to let him investigate the matter before they arrest Menno and punish him. Kana asks him what does he mean by something off, and Koji says that the Demon King wants peace with humans and he has never ordered attacks on human cities before. On top of that, Alice said that he was sick at the moment, so it doesn't make sense to wage a war. However, Rex doesn't believe that the Demon King wants peace with humans. Koji tells him that he has personally met the Demon King, and everyone is stunned on hearing this. Koji then asks them if the Demon King has ever attacked a city before, and both Rex and Kana can't remember anything like that. Koji says that the Demon King's mana may create strong monsters, but it doesn't mean that he is always commanding them. He asks everyone to open their eyes and see beyond their prejudices, and Rex and others even start considering it, but then Parna suddenly attacks Koji, saying that they can't trust him. She says that he has been brainwashed by the demons and they can't trust anything he says. Koji can't argue with that logic, so he just signals to Taka and they take off their guests and run. Rex tries to chase after them, but Tina stumbles and he has to stay back to look after her. Meanwhile, Koji complains to Alice that the whole coexisting business is not easy, but she reminds him that at least this time the hero and his friends listen to them. Soon after that, Koji's group reaches their shock. It's the masochistic centaurs from before. Menno says that he stole them from a merchant without killing him, and the centaurs have agreed to take him wherever he wants. While Koji and Alice lose their excitement for the journey, Taka couldn't be happier because she gets to whip a couple of macho horsemen into doing her bidding. At the same time, Rex and his party wonder where did Koji go, and Kana says that they will meet them again because they are both heading in the same direction. Meanwhile, Rex is starting to have second thoughts because of what Koji said, but Parna has no doubts at all because the love of her life was killed by demons. Later that night, Koji and his friends are camping out while planning their journey. Taka suggests that instead of going through the nearby city of Selmeria, they should take the long route so that they don't bother people with the demon's mana. On that note, Alice shows Menno the ribbons that seal off her mana and Koji apologizes because he only had one set of them. Menno finds him even more remarkable now, but just then, Koji recalls something. He asks Menno if they attacked the city of Selmeria as well, and he affirms, saying that their plan was to send a message to all humans about the strength of the demon army. He says that the main invasion will begin soon, so Koji and Taka decide to go to Selmeria and make sure they are safe. Soon, they reach Selmeria and Koji tells the guard that he is here to sell blue devil horns. The guard is suspicious because he can sense mana, but then Alice comes out with a blue devil horn that also releases mana, which is believable enough for the guard. He asks Koji if the redhead is his sister, and he affirms, saying that they are here for sightseeing after the business trip. The guard is happy to hear that and tells them to enjoy the parade that is going to be held soon. Koji is curious about the parade, and the guard says that the demon army has been attacking them lately, but they have defeated them, and tomorrow they are going to send troops to attack the demon king with a grand parade. That worries Koji, and he can't enjoy the parade at all. He knows that if the advanced troops reach the Demon King's castle, the nearby monsters will kill them and then destroy the city, which will make coexistence a pipe dream. However, he has a plan to overcome the situation. He says that they will reach the castle before the troops, and then he will convince the Demon King to stop the demon army so that they can run away to safety. This way, they won't fight and everything will end peacefully. Taka asks him what will he do if the Demon King really wants war, and Koji replies that he will fight him in that case, but he will do it as a third side that wants coexistence between humans and demons. Alice says that she will definitely join his army, and Koji asks her if she doesn't want to stay by her father's side. Alice replies that she wants coexistence between their people more than anything else, so if her father has become an enemy of humanity, she is ready to fight him too. Taka says she is obviously going to fight by Koji's side, and Menno also swears that he will help Alice. Later that night, Koji takes Alice to get some ice cream before dinner, but as soon as they enter a restaurant, they find the hero's party there. Koji picks up Alice and runs away before they can catch him, and Rex decides to give chase. Meanwhile, Koji and Alice stop at a corner and notice a few men surrounding a level 24 frog monster. Alice is worried about the humans, but Koji tells her that this is a demo fight to increase the morale of the troops going to the demon's castle tomorrow. However, before they can defeat the frog, a monster drops from the sky and crushes it. Alice says that she has seen the level 200 plus monster before, and Koji also panics as the monster starts attacking people. Everyone panics and starts running away because they were not prepared for this, but then more monsters drop from the sky and Koji realizes he will have to work hard again. While everyone runs away from the monster, Koji charges straight towards it. He tanks a heavy hit from the monster and then punches it in the gut, immediately defeating him and heading for the next monster, and the confused Alice follows him. At the same time, Rex and his girls are looking for Koji, but they can't find him anywhere. Tina suggests that they talk to the people of this town about the demon supporter, and then they can find him quickly, but Rex doesn't think it is a good idea. He believes that Koji is a monster, and if they corner him, he might go feral and attack everyone in his way. However, Kana thinks the exact opposite. She feels that Koji is not the type of guy to lash out when he is cornered, because if he was, he would have ended them a long time ago. Moreover, she doesn't think that he is a bad guy just because he is helping demons, but Parna tells her to cut the crap. She asks the princess how can the guy working with demons who are attacking their cities not be evil, and Kana says that he tried to talk to them. Even when they attacked him, he didn't fight back, and neither did he try to force-feed his ideology to them. Rex agrees with Kana and says that even though he doesn't like that he was humbled by a villager, he will let Koji get away this time. Parna accuses even the hero of being a demon supporter, but Rex says that he just wants to ask Koji some questions. Kana seconds that statement and Tina just joins the bandwagon. Just then, they hear a loud explosion in the distance followed by the panicked scream of people. Kana rushes to the scene immediately and uses her divine barrier to protect a guy who was about to be punched through the road by the monster. She tells the guy that the barrier won't last long, so he should run away, but he tells her that she should be the one to run first. Kana refuses, saying that as a member of the royal family, it is her duty to protect her people. That's big talk coming from someone whose barrier shatters with another punch from the monster, and just as he is about to finish her, Koji arrives to save the day. He blocks the monster's punch and then defeats it, while telling Kana that he couldn't save the gym rat behind her if she hadn't bought him some time. The bald musclehead runs with that, and at the same time, Rex and others arrive at the scene, worried about the princess. She tells them that she is all right before grabbing Koji's hand to thank him. Meanwhile, the hero notices the damage caused to the houses and asks what happened here. Koji replies that level 213 monsters dropped from the sky and demolished the city, but he doesn't know who sent them. Rex asks him what skill he used to defeat the monsters, and he replies that he used the most basic skill of all, Charge Blow. Rex can't believe this, but Kana affirms that Koji indeed used the basic skill. Just then, Alice comes running to Koji and hides behind him as she spots the hero's party. Luckily, Rex is not interested in her right now, and instead he wants to ask Koji some questions. However, it is not the right time for that because there are still monsters in the city and Koji says they need to take care of them first. Just then, a town guard comes running towards them and tells them to leave the city as quickly as they can, because the monsters that dropped from the sky were just the beginning, and now an entire monster army is heading their way. He estimates that there are about 10,000 monsters coming straight at them, and everyone is stunned to hear that. Parna says that the adventurers in the town won't be able to handle these monsters because they are coming from the west, which is where the Demon Lord's castle is. Rex says that fighting a battle they can't win is pointless, and decides that they will help evacuate the citizens and then return with the army to reclaim the city. Kana agrees with him and orders the guard to inform everyone, and then asks Koji to help them too. He agrees, saying that he will call his friends to support him. But in the meantime, he wants the hero's party to take care of Alice. The demon princess feels betrayed on hearing this, and everyone else is stunned too. Rex asks Koji if he is not afraid that they will kill Alice because they still think demons are their enemies, and Koji replies that if really wanted to kill her, he wouldn't spoil it to him. Also, he knows that Rex wouldn't harm the demon Loli, because that would mean he gets no answers from him later. Parna still is not on board with it, but she is left speechless when Koji sincerely asks everyone to look after Alice, and then takes off in the opposite direction. Parna starts playing mind games already and tells Alice that it looks like she has been abandoned. However, Alice knows that Koji trusts the hero's party, so she is going to trust them too. Luckily, Kana shares the sentiment and she hugs Alice, telling her not to worry because they will keep their promise and keep her safe. Soon, the adventurers start evacuating the civilians while Koji runs towards the monster horde. Even Alice and the hero's party try to help in the evacuation, but they do so by completely covering the main road like hills and making people run through the footpaths. Just then, Taka and Menno arrive there, and they think that Rex has captured Alice. She runs to them and asks them if they didn't hear anything from Koji, which makes Rex ask if they are the men that the villager was talking about. Taka is about to snap the hero in two like a cookie for misgendering her when Alice tells everyone that Taka is a woman. The hero's party is shocked to hear this, which Taka can understand, but she is disappointed when even Menno is taken aback. Anyway, she decides to smack some gender studies into the thick skulls of the hero and his party, but Kana asks her to stop because Koji told them to look after the demon girl. She says that he claimed that he would go find them first, but Taka and Menno haven't heard from him. Alice wonders where Koji is right now when a guard comes running there, completely out of breath. He says that a villager is trying to fight all the monsters by himself and asks the hero to help him. Everyone is aghast on hearing that, and Alice thinks that Koji is fighting so hard because if this city falls, the gap between humans and demons will widen. She decides to help him, but then Taka lifts her up because she wants to go help Koji too. Menno joins the group and starts hopping through the roofs, while the hero's party also decides to join the fight. Meanwhile, Koji is facing the monsters by himself, and he is starting to breathe heavily already. He just hopes that Taka has found Alice and taken her out of the city while he continues fighting. unaware that his friends have just crossed the city gate with the hero team struggling to keep up with them. Taka thinks that this is too much even for Koji when a huge explosion forces her to stop. That gives Rex and his girls to catch up. They ask why the hell is Koji fighting all the monsters by himself, and Taka says it must be because he doesn't want anyone to die. Rex doesn't understand that. So Taka says that if this town falls, humans will hate demons even more and peaceful coexistence will never be possible. Kana is astonished to hear that Koji is fighting for peace all by himself, and Rex says that even if he is at level 999, Koji is basically speedrunning to his death. He says that this is recklessness and not courage, but Taka tells him Koji doesn't think of things like that. He only thinks if something is possible, and if he can see it to the end. Taka then reveals the precious thing that everyone has but Koji is missing, and that thing is fear of death. Rex says he is also ready to put his life down if needed, but Taka tells him there is a difference. Meanwhile, Koji is busy punching monsters into coins. A giant cyclops steps on him, but Koji just throws him at the monsters nearby, defeating them all. He then dodges a thunderbolt fired at him by a bird monster, and throws the Cyclops at it to kill it. The injury he got from the attack earlier gets healed faster than Wolverine's healing factor, and Koji just smiles. Rex can't believe what he is hearing and seeing, and he wonders how did Koji turn into this. Taka tells him that Koji's origin story is not much different than his own. She reveals that just like Rex, Koji's parents were also killed by monsters while traveling. However, that is not when Koji started hunting monsters. Turns out he was into the monster hunting business before the life-changing event. He was always curious about why monsters drop money when they are killed. No one could answer his question, but at least he was getting good money out of them. However, when he didn't get much stronger even after leveling up, he accepted his fate that villagers like him can never become strong. Then one day, while traveling through a forest, his father was killed by a demon in front of his eyes. Koji hated the monster and hated the demons for spawning them. But most of all, he hated himself for being so weak. So he dived full-time into the monster hunting hustle, fully aware that a weak villager like him could die at any moment. The fight was not easy, but he soon learned that because villagers are so weaker compared to other classes, they level up a lot faster. He reached level 53 by the age of 9 and killed the monster that had hunted his dad. He was happy to get his vengeance and went home, only to see it destroyed by bandits. He rushed to his house and to his horror, the bandits had killed his mother, leaving him an orphan. Taka says that when a monster kills your family, you swear to get revenge by killing all monsters and demons. However, Koji's mother was killed by a human, and no matter how much he hated them, he couldn't seek revenge on all humans. That made him realize that the hatred humans and demons had for each other was plain racism disguised as vengeance. Rex is completely rattled by the story because he sees himself in Koji's shoes. He begins to understand that not all demons are bad, even though his parents were killed by monsters. However, Kana thinks there is more to the story. She reminds everyone that even Koji thinks that demons are harmful, so there must be another reason he is staying neutral. She wants to know that reason. But for that, she needs Koji alive, and she starts marching towards him. Rex stops her, saying that he will come along because he needs to learn the secrets of Koji's strength. Tina yells at them, asking if they think they can fight without a healer, and Parna is just happy to kill as many monsters as she can. The four of them head towards the battle, and then Menno asks Alice if she wants to help Koji. She affirms, and Menno says he will fight against the monsters, even if that means he becomes a traitor to the demon race. He charges ahead with that, and then Taka asks Alice to hide behind a rock or something because she is also going to join the fight. Meanwhile, Koji takes a punch from the red monster that sends him flying, and he realizes that his recovery skills aren't keeping up with the damage he takes. Just then, a blue devil attacks him, but he tosses it in the sky to take out some bat monsters. He keeps fighting, thinking that the more monsters he beats, the more it will boost the morale of the adventurers. But then suddenly, a bunch of monsters grab him, and another one fires up a hyper beam to fry him. Just then, Rex's thunderbolt attack fries the giant monster, and all the smaller ones holding Koji in place. He asks the hero's party what are they doing here, and Kana says that she has some questions for Koji, while Rex says that a hero can't let a villager do all the fighting. Just then, Menno also joins the fight and uses magic to take out half a dozen flying monsters, and once and next, Taka punches out a few monsters. Koji asks them what are they doing here, and everyone cooks up a very basic leveled tsundere response just because they are shy to tell him that they want to help him. Tina heals him up and Koji tells everyone that they will die here. Kana replies that she doesn't plan on letting anyone die here, so Koji decides to change the plan. He says they will take down as many monsters as they can and then run because they need to treasure their lives. With that, he goes all out and starts wrecking monsters left and right, but then one of them throws a heavy boulder at him. leaving him seriously injured. Tina comes running to heal him and lectures him about listening to his own advice of treasuring his life. Koji apologizes and says that he hasn't fought in a party except when he teams up with Taka, so he doesn't know teamwork. However, as he looks up and sees everyone fighting hard, he realizes that he is not alone anymore. Koji and his friends keep defeating the monsters without rest, while Tina watches them frantically, waiting for someone to get injured to do her job. Far away from them, Alice starts getting FOMO about not being able to help anyone, so she rushes back to the city to do something. Back on the battlefield, Taka tells Rex to take on the softer-looking monsters while she deals with the ones that have a tough skin. Rex tells her that he is a hero, and he doesn't get to pick what kind of opponents he fights. Taka realizes that showing him what she means will be better than explaining, so she launches a barrage of punches that knock out the mean-looking monsters without any difficulty. She then winks and tells Rex that she has a skill that allows her to ignore enemy defense, and that shocks the hero because he realizes that Taka is over level 100. He can't accept the fact that a mere adventurer is stronger than him, and swears that he will get much more stronger. While Menno chimes in that he would personally not like the hero getting any stronger than he is. Just then, Koji tells everyone that they need to work like a team, and Parna tells him that he should listen to his advice first because he is the only one not working as a team. Koji calls her mommy wizardess and asks if she can use wide area magic, which offends Parna because she is a mage. Kana tells him that both of them can use wide area magic, and that is just what Koji wanted to hear. He suddenly grabs both the girls and jumps high to reach in the middle of the flying monsters. The girls complain that they will call the cops on him, but Koji tells them to blow away the monsters around them using wide area magic. The girls finally understand his strategy and use their attacks to kill a huge number of monsters at once. Koji then lands on the ground and immediately drops them after he finishes using them, and the girls yell at him, saying that he should have bought them dinner before touching them. Back in the city, the adventurers are on the verge of leaving because they think that the city is doomed when Alice reaches them to ask for help. Soon, it is morning, and despite fighting all night, Koji realizes that there are too many monsters out there. He notices that his friends are at their limits, and he tells them to call it a day because they can't keep fighting any longer. No one listens to him, and Taka asks if he wants them to run away while he stays back and fights to his last breath. Kana agrees with her too, and Koji starts panicking because he doesn't know how to get everyone out alive. Just then, he hears Alice's voice, telling him that it will be alright because she brought backup. An army of adventurers behind her roars and rushes ahead to protect their beloved city, while Alice explains how she managed to bring them. Initially, she brought them to the city gate, and the adventurers freaked out when they saw a bunch of high-level monsters. They thought they stood no chance, but then they looked at Koji and others who had not given up yet. One by one, they regained their determination to protect the city, and in the end, everyone decided to fight. Alice tells Koji that he gave everyone courage, and Kana agrees, saying that she never thought a villager could inspire so many people. Rex starts laughing about how awesome Koji is, and they will surely win this battle now. However, Koji gives the credit to Alice, saying that she ran to the adventurers because she wanted to do something. With that, he declares that they are no longer fighting to stall the monsters but to win. He tells everyone to stop holding back and give the monsters hell. Everyone is more than happy to do that, but after a while of fighting, the adventurers are exhausted and injured, and even the hero is barely standing. Alice, Kana, and Tina run to him with potions they brought from the city, but Rex tells them that he has used too many potions and they have stopped having an effect on him. He gets up to fight again, saying that he can't give up because he is the hero. Kana tells him that just because he is a hero doesn't mean he can't take a break when he is out of strength. Rex asks her if she can say the same thing about Koji, who hasn't taken a single break ever since the battle started. Well, Tina breaks the illusion for him and says that Koji is definitely taking a power nap or two whenever he needs it because he has a skill that allows him to recover without using items. This makes Rex realize that Koji fully trusts his allies to have his back, so he decides to do the same and sheaths his sword. He begins to talk about how remarkable Koji is, even without including the fact that he lacks the common sense that limits what other people can do. Just then, Parna comes there for a potion and says that if Koji sides with demons, he would become the greatest threat to humans. Soon, Taka and Menno also come there to take a break, but they are hopeful that the fight won't go on much longer because they have killed 90% of the monsters. Parna sees Alice and Menno together and tries to take them both out, but Taka sneaks up behind her and warns her of the consequences if she does anything. Suddenly, everyone hears a voice in their head saying that the battle is not following the script that they wanted. The next thing everyone hears is loud metallic thumping as a gigantic golem walks towards them, and that makes everyone tremble in fear. No one has any idea what kind of enemy they are facing. So Taka and Rex believe that it would be the best idea to retreat. However, Koji is eager to see how strong the giant piece of metal is, and he charges right at it. He tries to punch the golem but gets slapped back instead. That is enough to break the morale, and the adventurers run away panicking while Alice runs towards Koji. She tells him that they need to get out of this place because it is dangerous, but Koji tells her to stop being scared because everything is under control. The heroes' party comes there quickly and tells him to stop being reckless because that is what got Alice scared in the first place. Koji apologizes for being reckless as he drinks a potion. And just then, he hears the voice of the mastermind behind the attack. He praises Koji, telling him that he now sees what caused the adventurers of Selmaria to gather. Menno recognizes the demon as Estel, the Demon King's right-hand man, and the second most powerful demon after the Demon King. Estel tells Menno that he was curious to know why he was siding with the humans, but now that he has seen Alice is here, he understands everything. Alice is worried about facing off Estel, but then Koji starts walking ahead because he is feeling in peak shape after taking the first potion of the night. He tells his friends that they need to do something about the golem before it levels the city, and then tells Estel that if he is looking for a fight, he came to the right place. Estel tells him to bring it on, and as Koji runs ahead, Rex warns the demon that he doesn't know Koji's true power. Estel replies that no matter how strong Koji is or how high his level is, he is still a villager in the end. Just then, Koji reaches the iron golem and punches it with his full strength, but he can't even make a dent. Estel says this just proves his point because even though Koji is the only person in the world to reach level 999, a hero at level 300 would have better stats than him. Kana says that the high level will give Koji the advantage of some unique skills, and Estel says that the only skill they know about is self-recovery, which is quite helpful. But they don't know if Koji has any other skills at all. He talks about how Koji is not the first villager who crossed level 100. There were other oddballs who decided to farm XP and climb because they could do it quickly, but they only got pathetic skills that wouldn't help anyone. Taka asks him how the hell does he know about that, but he ignores her question and says that even if Koji had skills, he still couldn't compete with the better classes. He says that a villager at level 999 can't beat the golem just as Koji gets slapped to the ground. As he lies there in the crater, Estel says that he has reached the end of his journey because no one can go beyond level 999 and Koji will never get stronger than he is, which is not enough. Just then, Koji springs back to his feet and says that he made his body limp to endure the last attack. Kana gives him a potion to recover while Estel tells him to give up now if he values his life. This makes Koji realize that Estel is not here to kill them, and the demon affirms, saying that he only wants Selmaria. Alice asks him to stop because she doesn't want it, and neither would her dad. Estel says that she is right because the Demon King doesn't want the war, but he can't do anything to stop it even though he is right here inside the golem. He says that in order to get control of the Demon King's enormous power, he gradually weakened him by drugging him, and though it was not easy, it was worth it. He says that the Demon King doesn't want this war, but it is not his call to make anymore. Alice and Menno feel betrayed and angry on hearing this, but Koji is more concerned about the Demon Lord who is inside the golem. Estel affirms, saying that the Demon Lord is inside the ancient golem designed to destroy humanity. Koji scoffs at him, asking Estel if he is really planning to destroy humanity because he was about to let them go. Anyway, he decides that he will save Selmaria and rescue the Demon King while he is at it because the old man is his new bestie's dad. Estel is surprised on seeing that Koji doesn't hate demons, but either way, he tells him that he can't do anything. Koji replies that he has never said to anyone who has said that before, and with that, he dashes ahead, only to get smacked down by the golem. He asks Kana for a potion before he pulls himself out of the rubble and then goes at the golem again. He keeps getting beaten, but he doesn't stop, and Estel begins to think that there is something wrong with him. Then suddenly, Koji becomes faster and stronger and manages to hit the golem with enough strength to make it lose balance. He launches a barrage of kicks to make it fall, but the golem regains its balance and hits him away. Koji's friends rush to his side while Estel wonders what skill he used to grow stronger mid-battle. Koji replies that that is just effort, which shocks the demon. The next moment, his friends reach him and tell him to stop before he gets himself killed. Tina remarks that the potions have stopped helping him and Koji says he just needs a little rest to get back to the fight. Suddenly, Parna walks up to him and uses healing magic, which surprises Koji because he thought she was all about attacking. Parna asks him to tell them why is he fighting so hard, and everything else, including why he doesn't hate the demons. Koji starts his story by talking about how his dad was killed by a monster, but Taka tells him that she already told everyone about that part, so he can skip ahead. Koji says that he began to wonder why villagers had to be so weak. He decided to fight against his fate, but as he leveled up, he began to wonder why were the roles even assigned to them. He wanted to know why the monsters turned into money when they are defeated. And most importantly, he wanted to know about the status window. He didn't understand why they had a system that allowed them to level up and grow stronger when they defeated monsters. Rex replies that this is just how the world works, and Koji gets to that next. He says that he began to understand things after bandits killed his mother. He realized that demons and humans were the same, and they both killed each other for reasons they could justify. For humans, it was easy to defeat monsters and earn money while doing that, and it was so convenient that no one asked questions about the system that assigned them roles and decided their lives for them. Koji asks Rex if he had to force himself to think of himself as a hero, and he can't argue with that. Koji says that all of them should be able to do what they really want, but the world gets in their way. He says that when he reached level 999 and realized he could not level up any further, he felt a little bit of despair. But then he got an answer to his questions about the world. He reveals that he got a skill when he reached level 999, called The One Who Challenges God. This skill allows Koji to become stronger with accumulated experience even after hitting the level cap. But that is not what's important to him. What's important is that he figured out there is a God who made the world like this, and he is going to find that God and kick his ass. Koji suddenly goes Super Saiyan with that and reveals that at level 900, he got a skill that temporarily doubles his stats, but leaves him paralyzed after he uses it. He says that he doesn't like to use it, but he has no choice now. Koji jumps high above the golem and then comes down at it like a meteor, breaking it and freeing the Demon King from it. With that, both Koji and the Demon King start recovering their strength, and the Demon King thanks Koji for saving him. Koji says that he couldn't do it without help from the hero's party, and the Demon King says that it will be easy for them if they want to kill him when he is weakened. While Rex doesn't want to hit his enemy below the belt, Parna doesn't want to waste this chance. She tries attacking the Demon King, but Menno steps up to shield him. The Demon King starts laughing on seeing this and says that this is the natural reaction. But luckily Parna doesn't have any mana left. The Demon King then focuses his attention on Estelle, asking why he did all this. Estelle replies that he had to do it because the Demon King refused to take the next step, so he decided to use his power against the humans. Koji asks him what does he mean by the next step, and Estelle says that there are two ways to find God. The first one is to kill the Demon King, and Koji immediately rejects that idea. Estelle says that the second way is through a very expensive nameless item that Adventurer Guild sells, and Koji immediately realizes what he is talking about. Suddenly, Estelle opens a portal behind the Demon King to kidnap him, and Koji asks him how can he do this when he serves the Demon King. Estelle replies that it is just the destiny decided for him by God, and if Koji wants to stop him, he should buy that expensive item within a year, or he will return even stronger to wipe out humanity. Estelle vanishes with that, and soon, the monsters run away as well. Everyone is confused, and Rex asks Koji what should they do now, and his only idea is to open a casino to earn a lot of money really quickly. Soon, the news of the level 999 villager and demons who want to coexist with humans reaches the king himself, thanks to Parna because she can't stand that the hero and others are being influenced by Koji. The king is shocked to hear this, and even more shocked when he learns that his own daughter is siding with Koji on this matter. The king asks Parna if Koji could convince Kana and Rex to believe in him. Why is she here ratting them out? He wants to know if she wants a reward for this, but Parna tells him that she needs only one thing, and that is a world without demons. With that, she leaves the royal court, thinking about her childhood sweetheart who was killed by demons, and his memories fuel her rage even more. Meanwhile, in the city of Valmon, Rex has decided to become the poster boy for Koji's new casino. He stands in the city square, telling people about the wonderful opportunity that is going to be online soon. Nearby, people read the flyers about the jobs at the casino, and Koji tells them that this is the job of their dreams because the work is easy and the pay is high. The people reading the flyers are disappointed because they thought the hero was gathering companions to defeat the Demon Lord. Rex hears this too, and he nervously doubles down, saying that this is the age of gambling and everyone should come work at the casino. Unfortunately, no one is interested in his pitch, and the town square becomes empty pretty quickly. Kana can't believe that because they are paying 50 silver coins per month for an entry-level job, which is more than what most people make. Koji says that the job is easy and the money is good, so people should be coming here eager to work, but for some reason they are not. He tells Rex to step up his game, and the hero rushes to him, saying that it is all Koji's fault for putting him in this position. Tina agrees with him and says that Koji was too careless and he didn't plan things through, or they wouldn't be looking for staff for their casino 1 week before the opening. Koji tells them to cut him some slack because he was working hard on other things like making the mana masking ribbons for Menno, who is currently looking at himself in the mirror and wondering if people really can't sense his mana now. Taka tells him not to worry about it and help her set up shop instead because she is short on workers right now. Meanwhile, Koji tells Rex and others that the rare item they want to buy costs 10,000 gold coins, and he only has over 5,000 with him. They need to double that number in less than a year because if they can't, Estel is going to attack them with even more power. Koji says that if they gambled themselves, the best they could have done was win 10 gold coins per day. But opening up a casino would surely earn more than that. Kanna wishes that Parna was with them right now because she would have some good ideas. But unfortunately, she left them after their battle against the monster army. She declared that she had no issue with their plan to open a casino and make money. But she joined Rex to defeat the Demon King, and if he doesn't plan to do that anymore, she is not going to stay here. Koji agrees with Kanna, but he thinks that rather than giving advice, he would want Parna as the bunny girl in their casino. Tina tells him to lock in instead of making jokes, and Koji decides to edit the flyers. He writes fake testimonies of people who won the lottery at the casino and even got a girlfriend, but everyone tells him that it is a stupid idea. Kanna and Alice suggest that they split up to distribute the flyers to everyone, and Koji lets them do as they want. While Alice is trying to hand out the flyers to the people on the street, she remembers the meeting where Parna left them. Koji asked Kanna what she wanted to do, and she replied that all her life, she was told what to do and what to think. She felt like she knew everything about the world, but after meeting Koji, she realized that she still had no idea about many things, and she wanted to learn. Koji replied that he was happy to teach her new things. And then he asked Rex and Tina about their future plans. Tina wanted to stay with Rex so that she could raise her level, and the hero said that just like Kanna, he had a lot to learn, and he accepted Koji as his master at that very moment. Now, as Alice thinks about it, she smiles to herself because she has friends who are fighting to make peace between humans and demons. Suddenly, a tall man approaches her and compares her smile to an angle, which creeps Alice out. She asks him who the hell is he, and the man introduces himself as David, a servant of the royal family who is here to take Princess Kanna back home. Koji is just a little distance away, and he doesn't hear the conversation, but he sees David smiling at Alice. He immediately shouts that the guy is a pervert trying to harass the girl, and everyone turns against him. David tries to explain that he is not a pervert, but the guards tell him to come with them and explain his story at their office. Koji then takes Alice's hand and says they should run away before the pervert returns, but she yells at the guards to release David because he didn't do anything wrong. Everyone is taken aback on hearing that, but the guards leave David and Alice apologizes to him on Koji's behalf. David is impressed by her maturity and compassion and says this is how she must have won the princess's heart. Just then, Rex, Kanna and Tina come there on hearing the commotion, and as soon as Kanna sees David, she starts panicking. David says that he is so glad to see the princess who looks like a flower blooming in wasteland, and he wants to lick her all over. And Koji tells Alice that they should have let the guards take him away after all. Anyway, they go to a restaurant to talk where Kanna asks David if he really wants to take her back. He affirms, saying that he got direct orders from the king to bring the princess and her party back to hear why they decided to abandon their quest to hunt the demon lord. David says that the king already knows about the villager who changed their mind and the demon princess, but he wants to hear things himself. Kanna refuses to go back, saying that she is still working hard with Rex and Tina to defeat monsters and grow stronger. She declares that she still intends to do her duty as the sage to protect humanity, and for that, she needs to stay here and learn from Koji. David praises her determination to do her best in any situation, and then turns to Koji. He says that he heard stories of how he was the MVP of the fight against monsters in Solmeria, but he couldn't believe that he was just a villager until they met. David asks him if he is so powerful, can't he just defeat the Demon King by himself, and Koji suddenly lashes out at him. He says that a villager can't compare to someone like the Demon King. He claims that he won the fight against Estel thanks to potions and help from his friends, but if he went against the Demon King, he would be toast. Koji declares that he wants to defeat the Demon King as much as anyone else, and that's why he is helping Rex and others train. And David buys that story. He says if they don't want to come to the capital, he has orders to stay here and watch over them. Everyone is a little uneasy that they are going to be under surveillance from now on, but they have no choice. David then asks Koji if he was looking for workers, and once he reads the flyers, He asks him to leave the matter to him. The next day, a huge crowd turns up to sign up for a job at the casino, because David made some adjustments to the flyer highlighting flexible working hours and job security. Just then, Taka comes to talk to Koji, and he introduces her to David. Taka immediately falls for the mature and competent mustache man. But while they are talking, Koji goes to Rex and tells him to keep an eye on David. He believes that David is not here just to look after the princess, and he can have ulterior motives. Rex finds that hard to believe because David has been serving the royal family for decades and he really cares about Kana, but turns out he may have some hidden agenda after all. A few days later, the heroes' party goes to the local ruins to train and grow stronger. Rex faces off against a goblin mage and asks Kana to buff him as he charges up his fist for a melee attack. However, as he is in the middle of his heroic incantation, Koji slams his face to the ground. The tiny goblin mage runs away and Rex asks Koji why is he doing this to him. Koji tells him that if he uses buffs to fight such a weak monster, the training won't be fruitful. Rex says that the monster was level 103, and he is still at level 91, so he would get experience from beating it. Koji tells him that the higher the difficulty of the battle, the more experience he will get. Koji then starts lecturing the heroes' party about experience farming and leveling up while David stays there to observe them. He says that people can get experience by fighting monsters that are either at a higher level or if they have higher stats than them. The bigger the difference between them, the more experience they get and the faster they level up. Rex replies that he knew this already, but he had never internalized it. Koji tells them to fight at a disadvantage, and if they are ever in danger, he is here to save them. After that, Koji says that since he is a villager, his base stats are really low. However, Rex is a hero and his base stats are higher than any other job class, which means he can become stronger than anyone else. Motivated by this speech, Rex goes gung-ho and punches the goblin mage, but only gets it mad instead of doing any damage. The mage sets his head on fire and Kana saves him from becoming Ghost Rider by pouring water on his head. Alice gives him a potion and Rex gets up to go for round 2 with an afro. Koji tells him that he can't beat monsters in one punch, yet so he needs to keep trying. Well, Rex tries and gets knocked down again, this time with a spiky hairstyle. Kana heals him while asking Koji if he is sure that she should focus on healing and not fighting. He affirms, saying that since she is not struggling with gaining levels yet, she needs to improve her healing skills. Kana says that she has only gained 3 levels in the past 2 months, so she feels unsatisfied. David suddenly steps up and says that Koji is trying to keep her safe because jobs like Sage and Priest are not supposed to fight on the front line anyway. Koji agrees, saying that since Kana is a girl, he doesn't want her to get hurt or scared by fighting monsters. Rex yells at Koji to treat him like that too, but he tells him to suck it up cause he is a guy. Kana tells Rex to stop being sexist because she can handle anything he throws at her. She asks him to promise her that he will help her reach level 200 and Koji is not sure about that. David says that even though Koji has reached level 999, he still can't handle talking to girls. He is grateful that he is taking care of Kana and says that he feels comfortable leaving her in his care. David then asks Koji how did he become so strong, and he replies that it is a long story that will have to wait for another time. David asks if he became strong to earn money and Koji replies that it was never the main reason because no villager in their right mind would take such a risk just to farm some cash. As they are talking about monsters dropping money, Alice gets curious and Koji tells her that the stronger a monster is, the more money it drops. Some monsters like hell crows drop more money than people expect, but they are very hard to find. This makes Alice recall that there is a monster sealed in the Demon King's castle that is said to be as strong as the Demon King himself. She wonders how much money they could get from defeating it. In the meantime, Koji thanks David for helping them with the casino's opening, and he says that Taka deserves more credit than anyone else. He says that Taka is a truly hardworking man because he handled the most tiring tasks by himself. And Alice tells him not to say this to Taka's face because she will kill him. She reveals that Taka is a woman, and David realizes that she was hitting on him the entire time they were working together. He freezes because of the shock, but as they are on the topic, Koji says that it is time for him to look for a bride too. Alice volunteers for the role, and he tells her that if he is single after 10 years, he will consider her. Kana immediately lashes out at him, calling him a PDF for even considering this despite their age gap. She begins yapping about how people should fall in love with someone closer to their age, while Rex is getting railed by the goblin mage and asking for her help. In the end, he manages to defeat the monster on his own, and that makes him realize how awesome Koji is for doing this his entire life. He checks his experience gain and finds that he received a lot more than he was expecting. He now realizes how Koji became so strong so quickly and then asks him about his skills that he got after each 100 levels. Koji is really embarrassed of his skills, but he decides to show them to everyone anyway. Turns out that the first skill he got was auto healing, and after that, the next 5 skills just made his fingers powerful. The skill he got after reaching level 700 was somehow even worse, because it allowed him to use more skills the lower his level was, and less skills the higher his level was. That skill made him weaker, and Koji says that he almost gave up. But he sees the potential in Rex to get some really great skills and become the strongest hero of all time. But that's where this video ends. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.